Hello, chat. Funny story. I may have, been going for the last 15 minutes. No one said anything about stream not starting for like 15 minutes, and next thing I know... Oops. I started a whole new run. I've been having conversations with myself this entire time. I can't believe this. God, now I need to, like, repeat everything I just said for the last 15 minutes. I even, like... I lost a Steel Soul run to Dave at the... Nope, not Dave. Wise streamer needs not a viewer. So, I hit the start streaming button. I hit the start streaming button, and OBS told me no. I don't usually schedule streams, like, in advance, but I scheduled this one, and the next thing I know, it tells me to eat a dick. Oops. So that's awkward.
That's fine.
So yeah, what did I even just talk about for the last 15 minutes? So, for anyone who wasn't there for the last, Silksong stream, we had an hour-and-a-half long conversation about whether or not you'd be able to cook eggs in the shower. And that is why chat's horrific MS Paint drawing on me this time is, what you see in front of you. I am an egg abomination. And you know what? I kind of am living for it. I'm a big fan of this one. So, I've been kind of burnt out on Silksong the last few streams, and I've made that kind of apparent. I've been doing it, and I've been having fun, but it's not been going the best lately, and I think part of the reason is just burnout. So because of that, I'm going to completely, like, change what I'm doing, in terms of what equipment I'm using. You know nothing of Silksong? Oh, well, don't worry. You'll probably be seeing this section of the game a lot. So, I am playing Steel Soul, meaning that it's permadeath. Which I'm sure you've figured out by now. I have been going, for the last few months, streaming Steel Soul. I have successfully gotten an ending with Silksong on Steel Soul. And that is one of the 2 achievements I was going for. But 100% still has eluded us, no matter how close we get. Because there was definitely a run or two where it was like, this is the run. And then it ended up not being the run. See, what sets me apart of other Silksong streamers is I'm bad at the game. Making me, somehow more frustrating and more entertaining to watch. Teehee. Oh, come on. I am so bad at this pogo. I don't know why. It doesn't seem that hard, but I always get it wrong at least a few times. Yep, okay. We'll reset the room. That's fine. I haven't beaten the Silksong tutorial yet. I can't beat it. Fuck. Are you a game journalist by any chance? You know, I really would recommend this one other game. It's a little indie gem that most people haven't heard of. It's called Cuphead. It has a much easier tutorial. Come on, buddy. That wasn't it? That's crazy. There we go. So that is, like, not the intended, quote-unquote intended way to go, but it skips so many rooms that don't have that much resources that it's definitely worth going through. You've not even beaten the Hollow Knight tutorial? That's crazy. Hollow Knight is, like, my favorite game at this point. I think I finally, like, have accepted that fact. I was kind of going back and forth because for the last, I don't know, 20 years, I would always say my favorite game is Mother 3. And now I have, like, a really autism distinction where I think Mother 3 is still my favorite, like, piece of art that I've ever, like, experienced. I think it's, like, genuinely, like, perfect. But in terms of my favorite game, like, I don't go around playing Mother 3 that often. I don't... It's not something I, like, is that core of a part of, like, what I do when I play games these days. And Hollow Knight definitely is. So, like, at this point, I would say Hollow Knight's my favorite game, but I still think Mother 3 is, like, my favorite piece of, like, media, if that makes any sense. Favorites aren't real? No, that's just, like, actually true. It's all arbitrary. Everyone, like, has a different definition of what having a favorite game even means, and that's totally cool. And I think it leads to, like, more interesting, like, discussions about, like, what favorites actually mean to each other when people have those conversations and don't just say, it's my favorite because XYZ, and then that's the end of the conversation. Because it's kind of like the same deal as, like, review scores, where you just give a number out of 10 or 100 or whatever the fuck, where it's like, I think that that is, like, something that is, like, a conversation starter that gets expanded on during the conversation. Where it's like, okay, what's your favorite game? Okay, why? Okay, what does that mean to you? Because what I would describe as my favorite game is obviously very different than what a lot of people would, considering, like I said, my favorite piece of media is a video game that is not my favorite video game. You know what, my favorite game is actually Monopoly. Video games are actually for squares. British spelling spotted? I'm pretty sure bro's Canadian, actually. Actually. Alright, we got Silk Spear. So now we can blow up big walls. And, you know, we can just hit enemies from, like, 7 continents away. Like, there should be a little buddy over here to demonstrate. Can I have a volunteer from the crowd? Oh, hello, buddy. Goodbye, buddy. Thank you for volunteering. In case you needed a second demonstration. Goodbye. Stop poking the little guys, but it's really fun. Maybe if they stop giving me money to do it. It's the Canadian spelling? Oh dear lord, are we about to start like a whole semantic argument of if the alternative spellings are British spelling, or Canadian spelling, or Zimbabwean spelling? I don't think Zimbabwe is like primary language is English, but you know, they might spell it like that, you don't know. Y'all ain't never been to Zimbabwe, you can't fact check me. Now we get to experience my favorite sound effects in the game. Whenever I'm in a bad mood during a stream, this moment right here cheers me up just about every time. Peak. Absolute peak. Potentially the greatest, like, Simlish voice lines ever recorded. All because we just gave them a few berries for their stew, by the way. Like, that's all it took to get that out of them. It's like when you're at, like, a barbecue, and you're, like a really, like, white suburban barbecue, and then you, like, roll up with the barbecue sauce because, like, the owner ran out. That's the noises everyone at that barbecue is making. I hope you all like this room because, if you're new here, we're going to be seeing this room a lot. Because this is, like, the best room in the game for, grinding money for a while. Meaning, we're going to be killing a lot of things there. Since you mentioned never playing Silksong, one, like, really infamous thing to balance in this game is its economy is a bit fucky-wucky. So, like, if we can go out of our way to get, like, an even, like, even just a medium amount of rosaries, it is worth it. Which is also why I'm about to embarrass myself attempting to do something cool. I did it! So by spearing that buddy, we get the moss berry he had in his mouth. And now, since we've given Moss Steward 3 of them, any ones that we give from now on will get us a good amount of rosaries. Like, roughly 150 with some RNG variants. And we just equipped Magnetite Brooch, which is a charm, or a tool. I'm gonna say charm a lot, like I do every stream, just because that's what they're called in Hollow Knight. Hiya, sorry I'm late. Casey, you were supposed to be the one to make sure stream actually started. I streamed for 15 minutes without actually hitting the start button like a dinkus, and I didn't realize. Obviously, it was your specific responsibility to prevent that tragedy. How dare you? And we're gonna grab a spool fragment. Alright, we have done our beginning chores. Now we get to go fight, I'd say the first real boss, but, like, not really. Bell Mama's real compared to, like, Moss Mommy, but, like, not compared to anything else. I say knowing that I definitely died to Bell Mama, like, 2 streams ago, and it was really embarrassing. But shh, shh. No one needs to remember that. That didn't happen. Plus, I was really tired. If you are late, you may as well not show up. I showed up. I just didn't hit the button. Bell Mama got aura, though? True. What else are you streaming on? Like, platform? I'm only streaming on YouTube. I do have a Twitch, but I don't tend to stream on my Twitch just because right now my computer needs some upgrades, to put it bluntly, and I don't really have the money to put into it. It's also why you'll notice a lot of the games I stream tend to be kind of low res. And it's also why, editing my footage blows dick. Then why am I missing part of this conversation? They're just people— oh, so you probably have it set to, top chat view. If you hit, like, where it says top chatters, or top fans, or whatever, in chat, you'll be able to change it to live chat. It's a really silly YouTube, streaming quirk. I didn't find that out for a few streams, and I found out I had full-on chatters I was missing. It's really dumb. That is actually so dumb. No, I agree. I think that there is a way to turn off, like, top chatter. And, like, I'm conflicted on doing that. Because on one hand, it would make that issue go away, but on the other hand, I kind of, like— I like the top chatter leaderboard. I like having the top chatter leaderboard, but I just wish that top chat only wasn't the default. I wish I could change that, and I don't think I can. I don't know how it works, though. A good question. I believe it's, like, based on, like, not amount of messages, but it's a mix of, like, watch time and also, it's a case where I think it's, like, chat messages, over a span of time. Like, let's say, hypothetically, we're talking 20-minute increments. You would get experience if you typed in that 20-minute increment, and then during the next 20-minute increment, if you message at all during it, you would get more experience. It's literally not because Casey is never in top chat. Yeah, no, that is one detail that I don't understand, is that I will have people that are listed as top chatters, and their messages will not appear in top chat. Look, me and topping just don't mix well. It's fine. I've accepted it. Guys, it's okay. I don't feel excluded. I'm just such a bottom that even YouTube knows it. Chat, do not clip that. I say too many things out of context that are problems. Like, I started editing the Arctic Egg stream, and I forgot that there was a section where I straight up was just like, God, I want to start drinking out of a bowl. Not realizing, oh wait, when I have animal ears on, that's something that I probably shouldn't just let exist in the ether without commenting on. Besides chat, there would not be any change to drinking over, or there would not be any change if I were to start drinking out of bowls, because I already do that. I started a long time ago. You did it twice, though? I'm giving an example. That being said, that clip is totally making it into the video, so, like, I am making it exist 3 times. You are kind of right. She isn't beating the furry allegations today. Am I ever? I've accepted that every stream forever people are going to assume I'm a furry, and I'm, like, fine with that. I will keep my, furriness ambiguous, and people are free to make the assumptions that they wish to. That was embarrassing. As a furry, hello, yes, I can say I'm not getting the furry vibes. Thank you. Thank you, Kobold. Thank you. Someone believes in me. God forbid a girl just want animal ears, and that's it. Just freak vibes? Okay, well, I mean, I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Holy shit, I just committed an act of terrorism. I feel like we might see a majority of this chat be or become furries. I mean, hey, if that's the people who come together to watch, then that's the people that comes together to watch. I feel like, I mean, I've said on stream a billion times, I can't imagine being cishet and watching me. Not to say cishet people aren't welcome, but I feel like my appeal is pretty targeted towards the Fruity Loops of the world, and let's be honest here. Do you think that the population of furries leans more straight or gay? So, I mean, it's kind of just a fork found in the kitchen type thing, you know? It's just a case where, like, of course, like, the gays are going to watch. Furries are statistically more straight than gay, yes, but are they statistically more straight than if you took a control group of just, like, the general population? Because I'm willing to bet money the answer is no. And especially if you get loose with what we're talking gay, because I'm talking, like, basically any member of the community. We're talking, like, whether you are, trans, NB, whether you are bisexual, gay. Absolutely more gay than general populace. Exactly, see? Fork found in the kitchen, that's what I'm saying. Plus, it doesn't matter the statistics of how many furries are straight. It's a question of how many gays are furries. And again, let's be honest for a minute, a good amount. Because you're right, I could, like, if I were appealing to specifically a furry audience, I could end up with a lot of straight people. But I do feel like I appeal more to, like, a audience of members of the community. And because of that, there's going to be a lot of furries. And that's okay. You're still welcome in the Church of Jamie. I died for your Jamesons. That joke would have been way funnier if I didn't say Jamesons. Like, why did I do that? It's Jamesons. Church time? We starting a cult? I don't know about that. Do I look like a Jared Leto impersonator? If this is a church, then do we need a prayer? Chat, you are more than welcome to come up with a prayer. I'm all for it. Like, that's fine by me if y'all want to do it. I'm not sanctioning a prayer. I feel like if I said a prayer, whether made up or not, I would get set on fire immediately. I'm too witch-like for that. I ain't praying, that's fine. As long as you follow the arbitrary, like, rules of the religion, I mean cult, I mean religion, I mean... Alright, chat, #1 rule of the cult is that we can no longer call it the LGBTQ, it has to be the LGBTQJ, because it's the Church of Jameson, and therefore, I need to completely consume your entire lives and identities. You're not allowed to identify with the letter J, though, like, that's just for me. I love the 180 on starting a cult in 5 minutes. Here's the thing. I'm not starting a cult. Y'all want this to be a cult? I'm not going to just, like, let y'all come up with the rule. If there's going to be a cult in my name, I'm going to have some control over it. That doesn't mean I'm pro starting a cult, but if the cult's gonna happen either way, I might as well be involved in the decision-making and have absolute authority like a dictatorship. The JLGBTQ? I'm down. I can accept that. I just set that man on fire, and I kind of feel bad for it. However, I don't really. I regret nothing. And I will do it again. I need a new hyperfixation anyway. Okay, join the cult of Jamie. We're a hyperfixation now, I guess. I want to be next on the arson. Are you saying that you want me to set you on fire, or that you want to set someone on fire? Because my response is very different depending. If you have an arson kink, there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want to set you on fire if it's going to be a kink thing for you. With all due respect. Ow, bitch. Look at all these Daves. Hi, buddies. Get your ass out of here. This feels, like, weird to be going on the route that we're going. What if it isn't a kink thing? Would you still set me on fire? I would need you to write, like, a 5-page essay about, like, why you want me to, and then I would very carefully review it. Because I need to be sure that you're serious it's not a kink thing. So I need you to, like, properly, like, do a report as to why you want it if it's not a kink thing. And if it's convincing enough and persuasive enough, I'll do it. You will have to sign a waiver, though. Because I'm not letting you sue me because you're begging me to set you on fire. Holy shit, we can play the video game now. Oh my god, we can move so much faster now. Because guess what? We have a run button now. We have a run button and a dash button in one. Now this is where the movement of the game starts getting sick. Except I'm bad. Yo, that guy kind of looked like the other guy, Balatro. I feel like it's been a while since I've said the Balatro bit, so we got to bring it back. It's because Silksong's become too podcasty lately because it's just been Act 1 over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Like, I gotta remember to say my catchphrases at least, even if, like, Silksong's gonna be, like, the background element. What Balatro build do you go for? I don't know, I don't understand the question. Balatro's a character in the game. I would say he's an average build. Maybe, like, slightly hunk leaning. Definitely not twink vibes. Ow. Chat, I don't know what y'all keep talking about. Like, y'all have a very different understanding of what Balatro is than I do. I think y'all are just, like, misunderstanding what's going on. More like Balls-Atro? True. Absolute banger of a post, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. You are now a hero. I used to go for straights in Balatro, but I definitely can't rock that anymore. You're so right. Nobody, like I said, nobody here can go for straights in Balatro anymore. I still don't think we're talking about the same thing, though. I really don't like those fire slugs. Like, I feel like they should not be as threatening as they are to me. They just have such a huge, huge AoE. You're in a straight relationship, thank you very much. Whoop-de-doo. Uh-huh. So, go ahead, please. Announce to the world that you are, in fact, cis-het? Question mark? Go on, I'm waiting. No, I wouldn't go that far. See, so you're not straight. You can be in a straight relationship without being straight. I would not say I'm straight, but I've dated plenty of guys. Alright, we have successfully completed the easiest room in the game. See, y'all keep talking about, like, straights and shit. Like, this is the Balatro I'm talking about. This NPC right here. Silly goobers. I don't know, what would y'all say his build is? Because I feel like average, like, slightly muscular leaning is pretty accurate. He's definitely, like, a top, but he's probably, like, kind of a submissive top, you know? And he's definitely got some bulk to him, but I wouldn't call him, like, a hunk. He's round, yeah. Maybe he's just, like, a micro bear. I can't say I've ever been in a straight relationship, but then again, I can't say I've ever been in a relationship at all. So what I'm hearing is you must be the least straight person here. If you've never been in a straight relationship, that's what I'm hearing. It's baby girl! God, we skip her so often that I feel like it's been a while since we fought her. But like I said, we're mixing up the route today. I'm about as straight as a 360-degree angle. Chat, nobody tell her that's just a line. That's actually straight. It's just the outside of the straight. There we go. Baby girl's dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, I'm just gonna make sure that anytime I'm fighting, I'll make sure I stand exactly where my model is, so that way y'all can't see shit. That sounds like a great idea. And Streamer of the Year award goes to... Dave Jr., get the fuck out of my face. Goodbye. So this is Dave. Dave's like that one guy that you know that either works in accounting or IT and you can never remember which, and is like boringly straight and is probably gonna get arrested for having something on his hard drive. We all know a Dave, right? That was actually mildly scary, and I did not like that. Dave says gay rights. Dave... No, Dave is boringly straight. I'm sorry. Dave's the kind of, like, straight guy who, like, might... He might, like, say a comment about how he's low-key a little bit gay because he likes trans women. Like, he's that kind of straight, you know? Pretty soon she'll have new names for all the weaklings. I've not named, like, any new enemies since, like, Dave and Chuck. I don't think. He likes rom-coms. He probably does like rom-coms, but, like... He does not, like, identify with the romance at all. He just laughs at, like, Adam Sandler doing something silly. Or, Kevin James, like, falling over as he goes up to, like, impress the girl. That's the Dave I know. Dave Jr.? I mean, okay, all the Daves have been Daves for a while. I have different names for all the little Daves. I just mostly don't call him out as much as Dave, because, you know, he's the main character of them. He's in love with Adam Sandler? Maybe, but he'll never admit that. And you know what? Some people aren't meant to recognize their true identities. Let's go talk to everyone's least favorite NPC in the game. I'm not sure if I have enough money to buy his shit. Uh-oh. Fuck you, Mort. I hate this guy. I know, coldest take ever for anyone who's experienced this game. The reason Mort sucks for anyone that's, like, unfamiliar is the fact that you have to spend money in order to access Pilgrim's Rest in here. So you can access this bench, which is like a saving point and heal point, and you have to pay to access, and you have to pay to buy his shit. So you have to pay, like, stupid money on anything, and if you leave and come back, the door is closed again, and you have to pay again, unless you commit a little act of vandalism, which I call godly retribution. I'm so glad that you thought that Dave was like a real enemy. I think that's really funny to imagine, like, oh yes, Moss Mother, Bell Beast, Hornet, Sherma, and Dave. Like, I like the timeline where Dave actually is the name of a Silksong character, and they just give the vibe of any time you have, like, a player, like, customizable NPC. I don't know any of those characters either. I mean, yeah, I realized that I didn't have that many to go off of, since you're, like, new to this whole thing. Since, you know, there's only been a few characters. Oh, Balatro. Right, there's Balatro. How could I forget? Hi, buddy, that I'm sure will not at all be foreshadowing for anything. Goodbye, buddy, that I'm sure will not be foreshadowing at all for anything. I need to stop doing that jump, because every time I do, I'm convinced it's going to be, like, the death of me. And I don't have, like, any consistent, like, way of going about it. I hit different spots and different platforms depending on, like, the run. I just leap of faith it and hope I don't fall into the lava. Seamstress just lives on balloons? Yeah, it's pretty sick. She also has a sister who also lives on a house of balloons later in the game. It's pretty neat, all things considered. And they're both, like, vaguely tied with, like, movement abilities that, like, let you go upwards. Seamstress literally gives you one, and the sister, doesn't, but above her house, you have to go upwards in order to access, like, a... not required, but nearly required area. Which, you know, nice little bit of theming there. Living on balloon houses and being connected with, like, movement abilities that let you rise up in that area. Technically, Pinstress is actually, like, is a horizontal movement option, but it lets you go vertical in that area above her house, so it counts. If there's one thing Silksong and Hollow Knight love, it's parallels. Mask Moss Spike Monster there, I shall name Rupert for not knowing their real title. Real fucking weird vibes from it, and it kind of makes me feel uncomfortable despite not being very threatening. Are you talking about the guys that I'm getting the spine cores from? Yeah, they can be Ruperts from now on. They're not very scary, but they are very annoying. This is one of those quests that, like, I enjoy it on, like, a casual level, but now that I'm, like, streaming the game and having to do this section of the game over and over, this quest gets annoying. There's another spine core. I don't even know what their actual names are. This is an enemy I straight up do not know the name of. Let's find out together. Oh wait, I don't have a Hunter's Journal. Never mind, we can't find out together yet. But if y'all remind me when I get Hunter's Journal, we'll find out the name. Actually, wait, is it in the quest? It might be in the quest. Hokers. Yes, their names are Hokers. Chat, don't misconstrue that with anything else. They are Hokers. Hoker, I hardly know her. You're so right for that. You know what? Fuck y'all. I'm going to my own Silksong stream, and it's gonna have Blackjack and Hokers. I say when this is my own Silksong stream, but you know. Oh, goodbye. See, that's on the list of things to not do in this game. Take notes. I was, you know, leading by example of what not to do. Alright. We got enough spine cores from the Hokers. Maybe I'll just start calling them Honkers. That feels very in character for me. And just like that, we got a new ability.
That's fine.
This is a really complicated ability to explain how it works. But basically, it lets you float by inflating. So it's really complicated to explain the specifics of how it works, but if you ever want to learn more, just Google Silksong inflation and you'll figure it out. Whee! Dave did not say gay rights, and there's not even been a Dave on screen. She looks so silly. A lot of things in this game look really silly. It's so peak. Hollow Knight and Silksong both just, like, really capture having charming, silly art styles with really fun and interesting character designs, while being, like, totally grimdark in, like, narrative and tone. It's one of the things I've really grown to love about these games. It feels like it does just the right amount to, like, convey, like, how bleak everything is at times, while also not making it feel kind of a downer. Especially Hollow Knight. That game is, like, actually, like, grimdark in terms of narrative. And Silksong gets there, like, later in the story, but Oh, I just realized, let's go back to Seamstress real quick. It'll take like 5 seconds. I forgot to equip different shit. Because I just realized I still have straight pin on, and like, fucking why? Alright, now we've got real gear on. We got a real weapon. And now if we slip in lava, we only take 1 damage instead. The foreshadowing creature? I didn't know you were a real enemy. Get over here. Wait, this giant guy's fucking sick? No, actually, this is like... Talking purely visuals, this boss is so good. I mean, this boss in general is really good, don't get me wrong, but... The design for this lad? Oh. Absolutely incredible. It's a shame he's just, you know... a borderline tutorial. Because unfortunately, chat, I hate to break it to you, but 4th chorus is, he's sung his last song. He silked his last song! I hope we get a hard version eventually. I'm sure someone will make 18 plus art of 4th chorus eventually. You just gotta look. I'm going to hurt you for saying that one. Joke's on you, I'll hurt myself first. You're not special. I'm faster than you. You can't outrun me. I need to put more effort into entering, like, the rooms where you buy maps. Because even if I'm not gonna buy them now... I need to make sure I don't get into an awkward situation again where when I go to buy all the maps, I just can't. This doesn't feel like a safe space anymore. I mean, it's a safe space for me. And really, isn't that what matters? That the streamer is safe? Who cares about chat? Psh. Alright, now we get to actually change our routing a good bit. This game's stag equivalent is Bell Mama. Who is, you know, very friend-shaped. Big fan. What do they say? Like, noise they make? They don't tend to make a lot of noises besides just, like, screams, unfortunately. And they can't speak. They're a lot more, like, animalistic than the stags. But they're friends. No dialogue? Yeah, no, they're like... It's a beast, you know? Its name is Bell Beast. It's not Bell Person. It's not sentient. Well... It's not, like, fully sentient. It's like a dog, you know? It's not like you're gonna, like, roll up to a dog and be like, hey, what did you have for breakfast this morning? Would you like a cup of coffee? Like, no, that bitch just gonna go arf, arf, arf. Yeah, I realized after I said it. That's why I said fully sentient, not just sentient. Sapient is the word? Thank you. Bell person and beast combined. I mean, hey. There's nothing wrong with a person also being a beast. Uh-oh. I healed. No! Wait, chat, I've not had to get shot collared a single time this stream so far. I must be gaming. I've been so much better about my stimming and not letting it, you know, get me killed. So, I have a habit of, during, like, cutscenes and things like that, mashing, AB over and over to pass the time. So, I grew a habit of accidentally, during dialogue that I was trying to skip, hitting the heal button, and, wasting, like, an entire, like, bar of silk. So because of that, it's become a running meme that every time I do that and, like, get rid of my silk, I have to say that I need to get shot collared. I do not actually have a shot collar attached to Twitch chat. Yet. Maybe someday. Yeah, it's a metaphorical shot collar. Alright, we just beat, who many would consider, the hardest boss in the game. It's smooth sailing from here. Whoa, hello. I don't know why I'm dropping more frames than usual today, but... kinda too late to troubleshoot that now. We're in the middle of a stream, teehee. Get your ass out of here. Fucking Daveling. And there's Dave. See, now you can say Dave says gay rights while I murder him and make me look homophobic. Yeah. Yeah, homophobic. That's the word. I think Dave's the kind of straight guy to, like, make a big deal about trans rights, but that's just because he's a trans chaser, not because he actually supports trans people. You aren't homophobic? News to me. God, nobody tell her that if you look in the description of this stream right now, there is a hashtag LGBTQ. Nobody tell her. If I'm capturing the Charlie Kirk audience, I mean, I'll commit. Alright, here is, unironically, the room I die the single most in. Now, I've taken a different route to get here, so I have better gear than I normally do on a run. Granki! Thank you, Chakra. Get the Dave Juniors out of here. Chakra, can you land anything? Thanks. I know you're doing your best, Mama, but come on. There we go. Thank you, Chakra. So normally I route to do that room really early, even though it's like kind of hard. Because over in this direction is like one of the best tools in the game, especially for Steel Soul. Hey, can you like don't Thanks, Dave. Thank you for understanding. Now get your ass back into the dirt where you belong. Bye-byes! But I'm routing differently because, like I mentioned earlier, the Silksong's not been going great the last few runs. So I figure, I think we're overdue for swapping some things up. I like this yellow bug lady. Oh yeah, no, she's like... she's the token butch lesbian. What did that lever do? So that's actually a trapped bench. If you sit on it before hitting that lever, a trap goes off that hits you and does 2 damage. So hitting that lever disarms it so you can use the bench without getting decked. I don't have enough rosaries. That's fucking awful. Yeah, I mean, we are in, like, the land of the hunters right now. There's traps everywhere. Hey, that bug looks like me. Yeah, haha. Don't worry, that bug has a really happy story and, lives a very, good life, up on a farm up north. And you are, totally good to identify with this character because it looks like you, haha. Can we go visit? No. They don't take visitors there. Not at this farm. Alright, chat, let's go fight, like, the hardest boss in the game, but for real this time, because I mean this wholeheartedly. This is the single boss that I had the hardest time with, on my first playthrough. No boss caused me this much difficulty than this fight right here. And now I'm better at the game and can hopefully do it early. I'm gonna be honest, I'm slightly anxious because, like, I've not done this route before, and I usually do this fight later, so I'm a little out of practice with this fight, but, like, surely I'll be fine. It's not that hard, I was just bad. Hello, Savage Beastfly. I have a better understanding of how his patterns work now. What is Steel Soul? Steel Soul is the permadeath mode. It means if you die, you start the game entirely over. And there's some exclusive content as well. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. That's why we're at the beginning of the game. Come on, buddy. Crush your little friends. I'm not scared of you. That was really scary. I lied. I'm very scared of him. Okay. That's fine. Net gain of 1 health. Okay. I died. I got scared. Okay. Well, that's fun. It's cute until it begins to irritate you and it kicks your ass. Yeah, this boss is actually way harder than it looks for a lot of reasons. And that was with good RNG, too. I got good minion RNG and I still fumbled. I'm wondering if there's a different way I should route if I want to go fight Beastfly early. Sorry? Nah, no one needs to be sorry here. Because ultimately, like, the reason I'm going out of my way to, like, mix up my route and change things up is because, like, this is the least tilted I've been at a Silksong death in, like, a while. Because ultimately, I'm trying something new. This isn't something I feel like I should necessarily have down consistently. So I'm way less frustrated. I'm chilling. With that said, it is time to say goodbye to the egg. And we are going to swap to... Time to make some art. Alright, chat. What are we doing today? What are we drawing? Drop your suggestions in chat. And we'll probably rock this one for the rest of the stream, even if we have a couple more early deaths, we'll see. What does that mean, furry? What do you want me to draw? Do you want me to just write the word, like... Draw the mask of that boss that killed you and wear it atop your head to intimidate it? That's kind of funny. Wearing the head of the savage beastfly? I kind of like that plan. But I want to, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna, like, do it at an angle so it rests atop my head a bit, like... I think it needs to be rounder. Yeah, I like that. So now if I go to, like... I never bother actually pulling a reference image, but to be honest with you, I'm mostly doing it to, eye drop the colors, teehee. Alright, we're gonna pixel fill. We're gonna eye drop this color. It looks so much grayer without the shading. It's kind of whack how much of a difference that really makes. Beautiful. I just have to send that back a layer and bring this to the top. Alright, beautiful, stunning. Yeah, shading do be important. Can't you tell from how beautiful my masterpiece looks? You know what? What if I just do, like, X's for eyes instead? And then I'm just gonna write, like, L. I like this idea. I think this is funny. I want to stick out from the orange on me. Maybe like a... I guess we can just do red for like a blood type deal. Me when I'm a dead sunflower seed? Yeah, basically. Alright, beautiful. Yeah, I think that that's it. I don't think that we really need a secondary object unless anyone has one in mind. I feel like this one, like, kind of just does the job. Do you think Savage Beastfly would taste good? Probably not. I've tried eating bugs before, and it's not, like, that bad exactly, but they have kind of a weird taste, in my opinion. Like, generally speaking, just always tastes a bit off to me. And I can't imagine, like, a really fatty bug would be any better. Dare I say it may be worse. I'm doing the classic of moving myself off camera so that way I don't dox myself like a goober. Here's drawing 24, sketchpad 1. So this. Oh wait, I forgot to remove the... Chat, let me show you what I'm looking at real quick. Why are you eating bugs? Because that's a thing some cultures do, and I'm cultured. Yeah, chat. I kind of forgot to delete the reference image. I might want to do that. So now please hold again while I, re-export this. Beautiful. Stunning. Okay, now we're chilling. So here's what it is, just replacing the egg, because that's like the layer I wanted anyways, and I was not going to go hunting. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is just kind of... Maybe make it a little bigger. Yeah, I feel like this is peak. I feel like we've done it. Because now at any time I could just go like... Grar, I'm the savage beast fly. Grrr. Yeah, I think that this is good. I think this is good unless anyone has any objections or things they really want to add. Because for once, I don't want to drag out the drawing section, I'm going to be honest. I feel... Oh, I need to... That's a silly little quirk. Huh? Oh my god. Why do I still have that? I'm deleting that. I am drawing you right now. You're drawing me like this. Beautiful. Alright. This is my masterpiece. I think we are good to get rid of this tab. And get back to some Silksong. Because for once, I'm actually, like, excited to get back into it. Like, I know that feels, like, whack to say, because I do love this game. Don't get me wrong. I love this game, and I do generally enjoy streaming it. I've just kind of hit a wall, and until I hit another good run, where I feel like I'm making progress and actually, like, doing something, I'm just going to be, like, a bit more doomer mode than usual. But I'm actually excited to get back into it now. I do hate that we now have, like, an hour and a half of run back, meaning that, like, we're probably going to, like, end stream around the time that we actually, like, hopefully beat Savage Beastfly, but still. Silksong streams have been running a bit short lately, and I don't have to be up that early tomorrow, so there's a non-zero chance I'll let stream run a little late. We'll see. Who knows? Depends how the runs go, depends how I'm feeling, depends how active chat is, all that jazz. Because for obvious reason, I'm not going to push myself to stream an extra, like, hour later than usual. For, like, nobody to be in chat. Unless I really want to play Silksong more. Which has happened before. I almost just died to Chuck. But not this time. I definitely didn't before when stream wasn't working earlier. Haha. That didn't happen at all. Teehee. It's just a shame that there's not really much of a faster route I can take to fighting to getting to Beastfly. Because I want to fight Beastfly as soon as possible, realistically. Like, unless I just straight up skip, like, all of the side stuff entirely, but that doesn't feel very smart. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go full speedrunner mode. Like, what are the big things that I really should get before Beastfly? Dash float, I need spear. I'll grab Sting Shard. Crack Mask, okay. What's the hat? It's, the face of Savage Beastfly that just murdered us. Oh, so welcome to the stream. I think zipping to Beastfly almost certainly makes you fail it. I mean, there's tons of gear that I picked up because it was convenient to pick up at the time for the long term, but it wasn't gear that actually helped me with the Beastfly fight. There's tons of things I could skip and just wait until a little bit later and go get Beastfly before those things. There's not that many, like, in retrospect, the big upgrade I should have gotten before fighting Beastfly is that I could have gotten a tool pouch, which would have given me more Sting Shards. Like, that is a thing I could have done, and the only reason I didn't is because I didn't have enough money. Because I was dumb and didn't pick up the quest where you get a fuck ton of money, and maybe I'll just route a little smarter. And hopefully get there quicker. No, come back. She came back! Goodbye, Mommy! See you in hell, bitch! The thing about Beastfly is that, like, he just has such really big hitboxes. It's a really tight-knit space, and you don't have amazing mobility options at the time that you fight him, like, ever. Unless you wait, like, crazy late. So, he's really big, has big hitboxes, does lots of damage, and on top of all of that, he has, like, RNG, the RNG factor of his minions. I got pretty lucky that he mostly just spawned Tick-Ticks, which are probably the least problematic enemy he can spawn. The buddies that, like, spin around and, like, basically, okay, you ever played Smash Brothers? You know Meta Knight's jab, where he, like, swings his sword all around him? Basically try to do that. The enemies that tried to do that are definitely the most dangerous, because they're the ones that can do 2 damage. And then the only other options, I think, are Tick-Ticks, which aren't that bad, even though I did die to one, technically, lol. And smaller beast flies, which are, like, pretty annoying. Just because, like, they have a habit of making almost, like, a wall of beast fly hitbox between, like, the mini ones and Big Boy. So hopefully this time we don't get our, you know, our bodies bodied by, Beastfly. Got him. Alright, will I get Silly Pogo in, like, 3 tries or less this time? One thing that's weird that, like, got pointed out in a, you know, Silksong video a lot of people saw, shout out to Rusty if you're not familiar, is, like, Beastfly's 3 charge attack is really not intuitive what the 3rd charge is, and that definitely clipped me a lot on my first playthrough. Because bro locks in on you, and, like, starts initiating a charge at your height level, and then he goes above you, and then the 3rd one doesn't go below you, which is what, like, your brain would immediately assume the pattern is. Instead, it seeks you again. And if you're not, like, cognizant of that, like, it can, oh, hey, it only took 2 tries that time instead of 6. If you're not cognizant of that, he can actually, like, wall you out kind of hard. Fast concept set. Alright, let me take a look. I'm not going to show it on stream, but you know. Definitely cute. We can definitely talk more about it after stream, obviously, but it's definitely cute. I can see what you're going for.
Benny Frank.
I think one thing about, like, how do I explain? So I do play a lot of Silksong on this channel, but I don't see myself being a Silksong, like, creator. So having, like, any part of my brand be super, like, Hollow Knight or Silksong themed doesn't necessarily feel me at the same time, even though it is, like I said, my favorite game. But I definitely like the artwork. I definitely like the artwork and think that there could be something here. But we'll talk more about it after stream. For now... we get back to doing our Act 1 chores. Remember, chat, we always gotta grab this Weaver effigy, because it's worth like $200 later. It's not worth that much, it's like 140 or something. I'm just gonna lock in really hard on trying to go fast for a minute. It's gonna be really funny if I like try to lock in and go fast and then suddenly this game becomes really easy and I stop being bad. Like, whoa, who would have known that not focusing as much on the conversation and focusing more on the game makes game easier? And that's a Silk Spear. You good at a game? I'm good at some games, just not this one. I feel like I don't get enough credit, all things considered. Like, I would not call myself good at Silksong by any means, but in terms of people who can pretty reliably keep a conversation going on stream while Silksonging, I'd say I do pretty solid. There's a lot of people that cannot get as far as I've gotten in Steel Soul. And yeah, I'm good at Mario 64. That's a game I'm good at. And that's approximately, the list. But, you know, that's a game I'm good at. I would say I'm pretty good at Hollow Knight, all things considered. Like, I don't speedrun the game, which I feel like is what a lot of people, like, think of when they think of good at game, but I have beaten nearly every boss, hitless. Which I've thought about streaming attempts at the last boss for me. Because that does sound... I think I'd be too quiet during a stream like that, because I'd need to lock in so much. It would just not be the most fun. But I don't know. It also would feel weird to, like, stream something like that, when usually I have, like, some sort of silly gimmick going on, where if it's just me trying to beat boss without getting hit. I don't know, maybe I could do, like, something silly with, like, chat choosing my charms. Actually, that could be funny. That's an idea I'm gonna keep in the back of my mind. It's also a case where that's a hard stream to judge how long it would be, though. And what I've learned from streaming all of Deltarune Chapter 1 in one just sitting is that, having a good idea of how long your stream is going to be can make the stream a lot better. I know, shocking. But, you know, it's kind of hard to predict how long a stream is going to be when the goal is to do something I've not been able to do before. Especially with additional restrictions. Plus, then someone's gonna be all like, oh my god, you're so bad, you can't even Radiant this boss? This boss isn't even hard to Radiant. Got him. I'm so glad I've not failed that Mossberry, either try so far today, because that one makes me sad every time I miss it. Alright, we got a craft metal here. I think we're generally gonna get all of the gear, but I might buy less from vendors. Specifically, I think we'll skip Magma Bell the first time around, which means I actually shouldn't have bought that craft metal, but that's fine. Not a huge deal. I slipped. Chat, I slipped on a banana peel and fell into the pit. Who did that? Who left that banana peel here? Was it you? Huh? You there with the face. Was it you? Huh? I'll mess you up. You did it? Mods, take that person out back. You are hungry? Don't litter. Don't leave your trash in the middle of nowhere. Don't just leave banana peels next to cliffs. There's so many things wrong with that. Mods, take their organs and sell them on the black market to pay for my hospital bills. Alright, we've gotten our hands on the silly. I could save time if I just skipped Forge Daughter. No, that's a bad idea. You ate the mods? Now if I say, like, anything, chat's gonna turn this into, like, a vor thing. And it's like, come on, chat. Be freaky about the things I'm actually freaky about. Don't put words in my mouth. But other things. That... Alright, now we're gonna do one more run through of this room, and let's make sure we get additional rosaries by making sure we trade in the last mossberry we have, and we'll also hit, because there's a pile of rosaries we didn't grab last time, and that's part of the reason we didn't have enough for everything. We'll quickly grab those as well. And then we'll fight Bell Mama, and then we will just start rushing, I think. I can't believe it took me 3 Silk Spears to kill that one enemy. Maybe I am bad at this game. Maybe chat's right. Bitch, don't tell me to bring more mossberries here. I've already got you mossberry. I'm trying to give you a mossberry, and you're like, can you please bring me a mossberry? How dare you listen to us? Take that back. What I'm hearing is, like, chat is just full of exclusively brats. And you know what? That makes sense. Shit, we've almost got 420 rosaries. Everyone, make the haha funny. Everyone laugh. See, we got a pile of rosaries here. And a pile of rosaries here. That's like 60 rosaries we missed last time around. And we were only off by like 10. There's always 6'7" and 6'9", but everyone forgets about the true GOAT, 6'8". 6'8", like... What can we even, like, do with 68? Like, what meme potential does 68 even have? 7, 8, 9? Yeah, but that's a collaborative effort. That's a crossover episode. Oh, 6 was afraid of 8? Yeah, so 68 isn't real, because 6 wouldn't go anywhere next to 8. That's a good point. Thank God we have someone smart here. 6 is homophobic of 8. Shit, that just completely warps the context of everything. Well, we don't know in what way they ate. Silly Bell Mama. Ow. Okay, I was playing around a little too much, and, here I am about to die to Bell Beast. Whoopsies. I'm such a Gemini. Just kidding. Oh, that's a dead Bell Mama. Rest in spaghetti. Thanks to you, her children are orphans. Perfect. I see nothing wrong. All I'm saying is, I was acting in self-defense. I was locked in a room, unable to leave without defeating her. The next generation of Batmans? See, now you're making it sound like a good thing. I've done a civil service by giving us more Batmans. The world is now safer because of my murder. And you're trying to make me look like the bad guy. Immature. Really. Very immature. Hello, bestie. I don't think Batmans are a good thing. Okay, this post is made by the Joker. Big Joker's paying you off. I will not be convinced. Okay, we don't have enough for bone bottom repairs yet, but that's fine. We can garb of the pilgrims, which I really should have done sooner last time. But I sure didn't, sport. Joker, I hardly know her. Well, that proves everything. I believe that you have no connections to the Joker. Thank you for quelling my concerns. Got him. Every time I walk by that bell, it's like my second nature. I just have to smack the shit out of it. It's what I was put on this planet to do, is smack the shit out of that bell. Other favorite non-Hollow Knight games? I actually... Hang on. Let me pull up a funny little thing called my Blue Sky, because I literally made a post about this, like, 2 days ago. Let me go to my little profile. Alright, oh wow, that is completely messed up. But, actually no, this works. If I just scroll down a little bit. Beautiful. That vaguely shows what we're talking about. See? So, I'll zoom in because I know the aspect, or I know it's a little blurry, and by a little I mean a fucking lot. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm using the exact same window that I did for drawing. So I have like very specific things set up, and it's going to make this really annoying. So I did this. It's the About Me video games chart, and I went really autistic with it. Let me temporarily turn off beep beep. So this is like my chart where I forced myself to have no squares taken up by two of the same games. So this is like roughly my opinions, but this is also like slightly not 100% accurate, since it's like some things got like fudged to like have more representation, and then this one's like a more like true accurate one, which you'll notice there's a lot more like Mother 3 on it, for example, which I think is the only game to take up 3 spots on here? Question mark? But yeah, thank you for giving me a really easy way to plug my Blue Sky. Follow me on Blue Sky. I also post on X, but I don't check X very, very often at all because X is bad. Ow. I much prefer with the Blue Sky community overall, so I don't really like look at X very often, but I cross-post like most of my Blue Sky posts over to X. But Blue Sky I'm actually fairly active on. If you're going to follow me to like read my posts and you have X, you can use it, but if you want to actually like contact me or anything like that, Blue Sky is the best way to go. Okay? And I'll flip back to the other chart for a second. Alright, cool. Teehee, XD, and about. Alright, back to our Silksonging. Found you? Well, that makes it sound like it's hard. Shockingly, it's the same name as my channel, and the links are on my channel page, so it's not too difficult to find. I do post a lot of bangers, though, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes they're unhinged, sometimes they're silly, sometimes they make you audibly go, what the fuck? I definitely had a close friend of mine reach out to me being like, hey, I saw this Blue Sky post and what the fuck? And it was me saying something along the lines of, my goal in life is to cosplay as a bowling ball. I may be round, but I have three holes you can put your fingers in. Because I just thought that was a good joke more than anything. When I'm bored, my brain, like, tries to just go off into random directions to come up with, like, shitty puns and silly humor. And a lot of that ends up, like, getting funneled into my Blue Sky / X posts. I think my favorite thing I posted recently was, streaming while high as like driving drunk for the soul, because that was right after the Arctic Egg stream where every time there was a cigarette I had to take a pen rip from my weed pen, and I was like gone, and in the middle of the stream I just had that thought and thought it was really funny, and I had to tweet it the next day. So yeah, okay, there's my Blue Sky plug, / X plug. Not to be confused with my X plug, who used to hook me up, but then he tried grabbing my titty, and then it got weird. Beep bop bop. God, there's just so many rosaries in this room that I just don't feel like I can pass them up. Like, it's not that fast of a room. I'd love to skip it so I can, like, get to Beastfly quicker, but at the same time, it's like, oh, that was 60 rosaries. And that's a lot, especially early game. It's not a lot for late game, but early game it is. You know, if I want to save time, I could go do Early Hunter's March. Yeah, why not? I think the answer is, fuck it. Early Hunter's March is one of the decisions you can make of all time. Because it's, like, low-key, like, a pretty hard area early game. And doing it without dash is, like, rough. March. Because it's an area full of ants. So they're marching, like army ants. Also known as, the Day of Domain. Yeah, let's do Early Hunter's March. Why not? I'm gonna, like, be upset if I fail, but that's fine. Easy. God, throwback to, like, week 1 of the game being out and everyone trying to do Early Hunter's March, not knowing, like, how silly of an idea it is, and then they proceeded to ram their fucking face against that little mini-boss for, like, 8 hours, and wanted to kill themselves. Good times, good times. Not to be confused with uwu, I'm saying awu, like the fleas. Who would ever uwu? Psh, losers. I just got his ass. Oh my god. I'm locked in, chat. Except I did just walk there, which you should not do if you don't have dash. Ooh, 2 parries? Come on, buddy. 3 parries? Do I hear 4? And that's a corpse. It's that simple sometimes. Alright, we're gonna do, like, something actually kinda hard. This is the reason Early Hunter's March is scary for me. But in theory, like, this should not be that bad. Okay. That's one Dave down. Let's just go for the heal now. This wave is just free Silk. Unfortunate. Dave Jr.'s dead. Okay. I just need to play campy and let Chakra carry. See, this is easy. Why was I even concerned? I'm so good at this game. See, early Hunter's March is not that hard. I just failed it so many times, like earlier into Silksong Adventures, like into Steel Soul Adventures even, that like just the idea of doing it stresses me out now. But it's really not that bad. Okay, I can like actually breathe again. Got him. It is kind of silly to like have an attempt where we died a beast fly and this was the last area we went to, and now I just made it like the first. Mind you, we can't fight Beastfly yet, and we're not... That's a bad idea to even try. Oh, I forgot about this. I'm a goose. Honk honk. But, we're not able to fight Beastfly yet because we need the, inflation ability to get to Chapel of the Beast. Favorite animal? Foxes. Easily foxes. It's genuinely like a big reason why I love the orange color palette. I've always liked foxes. I've always liked, for example, like IRL, I actually do dye my hair orange like semi-regularly. Because like orange hair and orange fur I've always found like really like cute. Get your ass out of here, Dave Jr. You have to be up early for school tomorrow. Alright, why am I struggling more with the easy gauntlet than the hard gauntlet? Why am I actually at 1 health in the easy gauntlet? What is happening? I think after no-diffing the hard gauntlet, I just kind of, like, relaxed too much. Whew. Alright, we're good. We are fine. We're chilling, we're chilling, we're chilling. I definitely didn't almost just die. I definitely did not just have 1 health at all. No, that's fine. We're doing great, sweetheart. Everything's fine now. Hooray! Alright, we have dash. Now we just have to do Farfields. Which means Baby Girl, Spine Cores, 4th Chorus, and then we can just, like, rush Beastfly. I don't even think I've skipped anything outside of, like, like doing earliest Hunter's March. I think I'm just playing faster and better. But we'll see. Farfields could take me half an hour, and it will take about as long, both runs to get to Beastfly. So the reason I want to rush Beastfly is because, like I said, I really want to try shaking up my route. And I really want to experiment with Beast Crest. I was watching a other VTuber stream this game and was doing like a blind playthrough. And I was watching her use Beast Crest, and I'm like, you know what? I've always thought this crest was like really not fun. But watching her play with it, I was like, you know what? This seems kind of sick, actually. Maybe I should give this a shot. So I figure whether we actually like do it long term or if we just experiment with it for a run or two, we'll see. But I need a break from the routine, and Beast Crest, being my least favorite crest in the game, could be that break. Got him. And just like that, we've got expanded school. My anxiety is starting to like rile up a bit because I'm like, God, if I lose to Beastfly again, I'm gonna crash out. If I lose to Beastfly again, it might be a art segment and then end of stream. We'll see. Yo, this guy kind of looked like Balatro. All right. Cool, cool. I am so locked in right now. Hello, Forge Daughter. Buy my stuff. Or sell me your stuff, rather. We'll buy Sting, we'll buy Magma Bell, and we will buy Crafting Kit. 502. So we will need more to buy things from Modeled. And that's ignoring more. I think we go back just for a moment while we're at... Ow. While we're already at a Bellway. We go back to the Marrow and grind the one room a few times. Because we get like 35 every time we go through that room. I think 36 even, maybe. And then if we do it like 3 times, we also will finish a quest. Because we definitely need more rosaries for everything we want to buy now. And this will just be so much faster to do it now rather than later. There is a good bit of cash in Farfields, but not that much. I don't like how penis-shaped these guys are when you take away, like, their clothes. Which, yeah, I mean, I guess I am going around murdering people, taking their clothes off, and I'm surprised to be seeing penises, I know, but I just mean their entire body just looks really phallic. God, that dude just... I love yeeting that one guy over to the other platform. It makes me feel like a god. Just y'all wait for Silksong to be in Fortnite, then everything's gonna be over and the internet's gonna go crazy. We're gonna get, like, 11-year-olds who only know how to say 6, 7, making, like, hornet noises, just going, Sha! Adida! Because that's what she'll do in Fortnite. And then she'll hit the gritty. I think that this is a great idea. Why has this crossover not happened yet? Dear fucking god, no. Hornet hitting the gritty after she, like, bodies someone in Fortnite with a gun is peak. This is the greatest idea I've ever had. And maybe that says more about the quality of my other ideas than anything else. Alright, bone bottom repairs. Alright, we got hella rosaries now. Now let's go to Farfields. Let's do it at Farfields, get our inflation tech, and then go get some revenge on Beast Bitch. And then who knows? And then the rest of the stream, assuming we're able to even do that, will probably just be me dicking around with Beast Crest and trying to get used to it. Yeah, that works. Cool. Alright, now we get to go beat the shit out of our baby girl. Typical lesbian behavior. How about... Hey, baby girl, how you doing? Girl, you get some work done? Those shoulder blades are not natural. I can't believe in this game that, like, every character is a bug. You are named Hornet, but you are not a Hornet. You're a spider. That's just false advertising, and someone should sue. Got him. Bye, baby girl. Let me move out of the way. Alright, we can no longer admire her beauty, her grace. She really does like spending a lot of time directly behind me. I never really noticed that. Wow, Dave Jr. got hands. It's not fair. Oh, what just happened? Wait, bro, like, dashed at me, fell off a cliff, and I guess, like, teleported back to his point of origin into a trap? Concepts yeah. Concepts pumped out? I can't wait to see them after stream. You forgot the ears on one? That's so sad. I mean, who even needs ears anyways? Haha. See, it's funny, because my ears are my most defining characteristic. Teehee, everyone laugh. I just lost so many rosaries, and I'm about to lose so much sanity. Yeah, no, if your wrist is hurting, you should stop doing art. I mean, not in general, but, like, take a break. Oh my god. That's another flea. I accidentally stepped into a trap. Dave Jr., you rascal. Did you pipe bomb my house again? Oh, woo! If you haven't noticed by the fact that fleas are basically just puppies, they play a little fast and loose with, biology. It's close enough to a flea. It exists. Got him. That's another day of dead. As far as I'm concerned, the world is not safe until they're all gone. Any friend of Dave is an enemy of mine. Alright. Here's the home of upgrades that we didn't get last time because, you know, I didn't think we would need them. And maybe they wouldn't have made the difference, but also maybe they would have. We'll never know. Yo, Mort, I broke open your fucking door, bub. And I don't feel bad about it. Let's grab a tool pouch. We need 400 for mottled scar. And we need, like, about 50-ish for the bellway. So I guess we'll take this memory locket. And we'll pick up weighted belt later, question mark? I guess? So the big thing that we just got is a tool pouch, which makes it so we can hold more of our special weapons. Which, you know, considering those do a lot more damage than our regular strikes, kinda really helpful. In retrospect, kinda should've gotten that sooner. Oops. Uh-oh, shot collar me. Bzz. Ah! I've been so good about my stimming today, too. Wait, I just realized I never put the death counter text back on. Whoopsies. That's a little embarrassing. Not gonna shot collar you until you write me a 5-paragraph essay on how it is not a kink. I mean, what if it's not just a kink? Anyways, that's the end of that conversation. How do y'all like floors, huh? I think floors are pretty cool, pretty nifty. You know, you stand on them. You walk around on them. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, hang on. I'm actually kind of in danger. TBH, the counter is a bit large. Yeah, but that space is just... Oh, I'm dead. Oh my god. That was really dumb. That was really dumb. I don't know what's wrong with me. Ah! Time to dry your hair on fire. I'm so... How long did we have this on? Did we have it on for the threshold? Because I don't... If the run was really short, I don't tend to reset it immediately. But that was probably about how long I'll go. Yeah, okay. Goodbye, Beastfly. It was fun while it lasted. I can't believe that just happened. I don't know what happened. I got so much worse at Silksong. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoopsies. Alright, let's put this back on. But yeah, the death counter thing is a bit large, but it boils down to that's not really important real estate for Silksong, and also, like, there's a lot of people that... Mobile phones do not have that big of a screen. Like, it's really not that big if you're watching from mobile. Source, I have to check the stream on mobile here and there. I had to in that earlier when I, wasn't sure if the stream was running or not. Hehe. And it's really not that big on mobile. If you look at mobile, like, if it was much smaller, you wouldn't be able to read it. Yeah, I'll just add fire to the Beastfly. I think that's a good compromise. Don't do it there, it would end up sideways. Oh, wait, that's a good point. That's a good point. Good call, good call. So let's just, like... No, come back. Let's just straight up, like, make it rotated on the proper image. Make our lives a bit easier. Not my best work, but certainly not my worst. Should make it a bit taller. Yeah, good enough. You see this art, you witness it. Yeah, isn't it a masterpiece? Alright, now we just move everything that I just made down a couple layers. No, wait, hang on. Where is the black outline? Is that it? No. How did I manage to, like, separate all these layers so much? Okay, I'm noticing one problem, which is that I made it the same shade as the L, but, it'll be fine. How dare you die while I'm gone? I don't want to talk about it. It was a really embarrassing one, too. Like, it was easily the most preventable. It literally... There has never been a more clear example of if I were paying attention, I don't die there. Because not only did I die because I slipped and fell in a stupid way, I had a way to survive it after I fell, but I didn't react enough to the situation. So, yeah. I literally, if I just clicked the heal button, I was fine. Why is that one piece of it, like, oh, because it's way higher than it should be. That answers that. Is bro burning in hell? Yeah, I fell into a lava pit, so my compromise for making new art was I'll agree to set it on fire. We're gonna do this. Sure, good enough. It's beautiful, I guess. Alright. Now here's where I, do a magic trick and disappear. Alright, and just like that, we're chilling. I cannot believe we didn't even get Beast Crest this entire stream. I'm bummed. Now I'm back to sad, Jamie. Look what you all did. I say as if it isn't totally my fault I died, but you know what? Is what it is. I'm not ending stream here. I'll start another run, but there's no way we're getting to Beastfly in that time. There, sad Jamie. Be happy. 68. I hope I'm still serving when I'm elderly. Like, I want someone to look at me and go, damn, 68. That's it. That's the closest to a 68 joke you can get out of me. There's just not a lot of potential here.
Friend.
Well, hey, that's a no-hit Chuck, so I guess I'm finally warmed up for the stream. 3 hours into it. Well, considering it started late and then didn't actually start, a little over 2 hours of the stream. I'm just glad that the run where I lost the first 15 minutes of footage was not the run that won, because that would have been really awkward. Just place a different run start in front. That is probably what I would have to do if I were to turn it into a video. Or I'd probably just replay that section. Replay that first, like, 10 minutes of the game. Just screen recording, no VTuber model or anything, and then, God. I'm so not playing well. No VTuber model, no nothing. And, for the video, I would just probably, like, use that as a, background footage, like, while I talk, like, for the intro. And that'd probably be the best compromise. God, I can't believe I've not had... You know what? Let's check together right now. When is the last time I on stream made it to Act 2? Because we have to be nearing, like, a few weeks now. And I'm not happy about that fact. Oh my god, it's been almost a month. Oh my god. Yeah, 4 weeks ago was the last death, not in Act 1. That's bonkers, dude. I was consistently getting to Act 2, like, every run for a while. I don't know what happened. I really feel like it's the shift, because that was right around the time that I started streaming Silksong once a week instead of twice a week, and I started streaming other things for the second stream. But I'm not even too relaxed and routine. That's why I'm doing an entirely different route than I've been doing for the last month. Because I'm trying to break out of the routine. And it ain't going well. Like, there was a point where I was really struggling again, and then I swapped crests and routed around getting a different crest earlier on, and you know what? It was great. What's up with Hornet's stomach? Is she okay? Well, you see, she has a tummy ache. It's from eating all the small little bugs that she's been fighting. You see, her needle that she's fighting with is actually her tongue. She uses it to scoop enemies into her mouth. Yeah, Hornet is actually a mistranslation. Her name's supposed to be Vornet. This is like really, really niche Silksong lore that not a lot of people know. So you're not going to be able to find anything about it on Google, but I can assure you, like, the implication is that she goes... And 4 again. Look, I just wanted an excuse to use the Vornet pun. Are you kidding? I'm a simple woman. I see an opportunity. I take the opportunity, whether it's mine or not.
Buenera. Me ofende? That's fine.
Alright, chat. I may have been bad, like, all day. And all night. And, like, forever. But. I didn't miss that jump. Alright, now we get to play the silly pogo guessing game, where, this may shock you, we guess how many times do I fail the silly pogo? Last run, the answer was 2. Before that, it was 5. First, I grab my money that's over here, though. I have my priorities straight. I go for the money first, the bitches second. Come on, buddy. Come on. Who's a good fly? Who's a good fly? I fucking hate your dad. My entire goal this stream has been to murder your dad, and I have not succeeded in doing that. Fuck your dad. Okay, I need you to just... Okay. That looks like the right height, and it was not, apparently. Never mind. There we go. I wonder if the reason I fail Silly Pogo is I wonder if Hornets... Because I've not, like, researched it or anything. I just kind of, like, go off, like, muscle memory. I wonder if after a Pogo, if you go backwards, you have, like, a slightly higher, grab range. Because Hornet does this whole, like, backflip animation. Versus if you go forwards, her hands are, like, exclusively facing downwards. I wonder if that's what the issue is. I don't know. Or I'm just bad. it is worth considering that I'm just bad. Poshanka!
Benny Frank.
Kraki! This yellow bug is good. I mean, again, she is the butch lesbian. She is my Amazoness queen. I am simple. I like simple things. And sometimes the simplest thing you need is mommy butch lesbian. And I understand. I need to stop bothering to get this Coral Commandment until I actually have a run that reaches the point where I can use it. I love that you're fluent in bug language. Oh, especially Act 1. I've kind of been hearing it nonstop in my head for the last month. So, kind of hard for me to have not picked any up. In your head, in my head and in my ears when I'm streaming. Holy shit, we got Silk Spear. Again. Spear Silk? Is this like Risk of Rain 2, where stacking the same upgrade multiple times has additional effects? No, if anything, this is like Binding of Isaac, where I lose it every time I die, and I lose a little bit of my sanity every time I die. Unfortunately. But I will say, throwing 2 Silk Spears would be kind of sick. Credit where credit's due. Throwing 2 Silk Spears. 2 whole Silk Spears? Look at this loser here. El Bozo. Yeah, I'll free you from your prison. Wait, why are you attacking me? We're friends! Five hits on 1 cycle there? That's crazy. Only getting 3 the following one and taking damage myself because I'm bad? That's crazier. Now center and stream. Yeah. Look, buddy, I get what you're all about. You're cool and all, but like, let me hurry this up. I've already had to beat your ass twice today. God forbid a girl need a little variety in her life. Thank you. Goodbye. Chat, I have a feeling this game, it's about silk. Because we got the silk spear. Now we get the silk heart here. What's next? You're gonna tell me we're gonna get the Silksong? No, that'd be ridiculous. You're so EP right now? Yeah. I'm right there with you, don't get me wrong. However, the Silksong don't sleep. I say when I probably will be ending stream soon. How long have I been streaming? Where is OBS timer? Yeah, I'll go for another like 15 minutes to hit 3 hours and then we'll call it. Just cause like... we're not gonna hit Beastfly at this point tonight, so it's like... we're not gonna hit the goal I had for this stream. I had one goal, and it was a really easy goal, and it just did not happen. Like, 3 hours to get and defeat Beastfly is, like, crazy work. Shard Pendant. I'm sure this is a tool we're going to use a lot. Pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Owie. Yeah, I realize now that I did the same mistake I did before. It's so odd that there are no stairs anywhere in Hollow Knight, and so far it seems that there are none in Silksong. Every ground... I mean, it's not that every ground is perfectly flat, it's that you get, like, a lot of, like, rugged terrain. Like, it's a platformer, you platform. It's not a stair walker. And there's also elevators. I'm trying to think if there's anything like more traditional stairs in this game. I guess there really aren't. There's a slide. You do get to, like, sled down the side of a mountain. So it's not perfectly flat, because you do get to go, like, diagonally downwards, but you don't really get to go up diagonally upwards for obvious reasons. Yeah, I think that's the closest you'd get to, like, majorly not flat geometry. Bap. And a bap. And a bap. Look at all this money we have. One thing that's really weird about this game, / Hollow Knight, is that you should put it in a bank so if you die you don't lose it. I hate you. So one thing that's odd about these games with me is that Hollow Knight's a game that... Okay, so I'm like a firm joystick believer. Even in 2D games, I don't tend to use D-pads ever, except for Hollow Knight, where I use it a lot. And then, weirdly enough, Silksong, I don't use D-pad ever. Hello, buddy. Yeah, whatever. Go to sleep, bitch. Don't wake up. And it's something that I've never really processed until right now, because I was like, I wonder what, like, it feels like if I swapped a D-pad right now. And my brain immediately goes, ugh. I'll do Early Hunter's March again, why not? I prefer D-pad for quirky Earthbound-inspired RPGs, besides that Joy-Con or joystick all the way. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't know if I use D-pad for, like, tile-based RPGs. I know I definitely don't in Mother 3. Now I'm like trying to imagine like playing a Mori right now. Like, do I use D-pad or control stick? Because I think I use control stick. I think Hollow Knight might be like the only game I can think of that I use D-pad on controller that has like both options. Because obviously if I'm playing something like New Super Mario Brothers or like any NES or SNES game, like, spoiler alert, I don't use joystick for those when playing on original hardware because there is no joystick, LOL. Awkward. Extremely awkward. Oh, goodbye, Rosary. I came back for you. I was willing to jump off the cliff for you. Get you someone who loves you the way I love that one Rosary. Alright, that is officially one Dave down. And that is 2 Daves down. Nothing of value was lost. Alright, now we get to do the hard part. Hello, Dave. Pashanka! The red ants are pretty cool looking. I'm honestly a big fan of them. The Daves, I'm a big fan. Okay, we're good. I almost died, but we're chilling. I got 1 health in a dream. Who needs more than 1 health? Psh. The last health is the only one that really matters if you think about it. Why even bother having more than 1? What's it gonna do? Make you extra alive? Like, bitch, you're either alive or you're dead. Come on, Dave Jr. Got him. Chillin' and grillin'. Oh, we did early Hunter's March. That's pretty funny. God, I just wish I could access Beastfly right now. I would throw myself at Beastfly with this garbage gear right now if I could. Like, if I did not literally hard require having float, I would absolutely go attempt to square up. Ow, bitch. And beautifully done. I'm actually nutso goated for that. I hope y'all just saw what I just did, because that was low-key kind of fire. There was not enough time to react and input that pogo at all. That was entirely off vibes and feeling. There was no indicator there. Just in case y'all need a reminder that sometimes I'm not trash at this game. Let's free this buddy. Oh, woo! And let's learn from our mistakes. So last time we made a huge mistake. Well, we made a lot of mistakes, but one of them is that we had the ability to buy Fractured Mask, and then we didn't, because it would have required backtracking. I was like, oh, we'll have to go back there anyways. I'm trying to rush to get to Savage Beastfly. Yeah, no, bad idea. If I had Fractured Mask, I wouldn't have died to that lava. Granted, there's a lot of ways I could have not died to that lava, but, you know. That is one of the most embarrassing deaths I've had so far in Steel Soul. Like, that one might be the most embarrassing. Including when I died to Moss Mother, who's borderline a tutorial anime. Understand this, I would die to Moss Mother. Sounds like you need to, prove it. Hi, Modeled Scar. Noku, Noku. Alright, we got Frack Mask on. Now, all of a sudden, shot color me. Do it. Do it. Bzz. Ah! So, the reason Fractured Mask is so good, since I mentioned it earlier as one of the best tools in the game, especially for Steel Soul, is that it basically gives you, 1.5 extra masks. It varies if it gives you 1 or 2, depending on your exact situation, but basically it makes it so you can fairly reliably live a hit when you only have 1 mask left. And that mask will either do 1 damage or 2 damage. And, I mean, technically, I guess it could block 3 damage, but there's a total of 2 enemies that can do that. So when you're in Steel Soul, where if you die, it's GG's, and, you know, you only got 6 masks to start with, needless to say, it's pretty handy. I would die for Moss Mother. I would die for my mommy issues any day of the week. Moss Mother is mother. That is true. You can't spell Moss Mother without some of the letters in mommy. I would die for mommy? Okay, well. Yeah, let's just make the subtext text on this one. I ran the wrong way. I wanted to go over to the stag station over here. Excuse me. I'm here for the Bellway. No sub allowed? You cannot say, I would die for mommy, and then try to act like you're not a sub. Like, what are you talking about? You are trying to shove this square peg into the round hole. And that's not how that works. Alright, back to Bone Bottom. Bone Bottoms? Wow, this game's horny. Holy shit. Alright, we're gonna grab Garb of the Pilgrims. And let's knock out like a quick chore or two, and then we're gonna call it for the night. Did I ever even... No, I didn't. God, I skipped a lot. That's so funny. Let's just go back to Marrow and finish up that spot over there that I started. And then we will call it. Because it's getting late, and I've still got too much of a way to go to beat Beastfly. So we'll have to pick this run up next week. Pardon. Okay, but like, am I crazy or not? Like, these guys look really phallic when you take their clothes off, right? Like, look at this buddy here. Try to tell me this man is not phallic shaped. You can't. Bro's just got too much junk in the trunk. Bro is balls. No shaft, just balls.
Yanara.
Look at us, we're gonna actually like end the night off shortly after hearing Moss Druid noises. The best noises in the game.
Hasfin?
Kuram? Hello, Grenta Brena.
Every time, my mood is just suddenly way better. Like, I could stream for another hour now. I'm not going to, but I could. That's a druid's eye. What else did we skip over? I guess I could just write down notes. I have been meaning to do that with Silksong streams. That... oh no. Well, okay. That's a sign to end there. Clearly, if I'm at the point where I'm not even hitting that, like, God, well, that means it's time to call it. Oh, and I hit the 3-hour mark. Cool, that was my goal. I hope you all had fun. I had fun, even if I'm disappointed. Because I definitely am. That's definitely a bummer that we didn't get even 2 Beast Crest, but that's fine. It means I get to clickbait Beast Crest again next time. Woo! So, thank you all for swinging by. I'm going to skedaddle, and I will be back on Thursday with something other than Silksong, and then Silksong will be back early next week. Hope you all had fun, and I hope to see you all around. Take care.